Living in North Idaho, 101, Episode 3, Construction Realities. What actually happens when we build your home? Welcome back to Living in North Idaho 101. I'm Alex with B2K Construction. In Episode 1, we talked about land. In Episode 2, we covered design, permits, budgeting, and choosing a builder. Now we're at the exciting part. You've got your land, your plans, your permits, and your builder. It's time to build. This episode is about what actually happens during construction. The phases, the timeline, the decisions along the way, how to work with your builder, what to expect and what not to expect. I've been building homes in North Idaho for over 10 years. I've seen projects go beautifully and projects go sideways. The difference usually comes down to expectations and communication. Let's get into it. There's something special about the first day of construction. You've been planning for months, maybe years. Now equipment is rolling onto your property. It's real. But let me prepare you for what that first phase actually looks like. Site preparation. Before we pour a foundation, we prepare the site. Clearing, grading, and excavation. Trees come down where the house will sit. Brush gets cleared. Topsoil gets stripped and stockpiled for later. Then we start moving dirt, excavating for the foundation, creating a level building pad, establishing drainage, setting up access for equipment and deliveries. Your beautiful wooded lot suddenly looks like a construction zone. That's normal. On a simple flat lot, site prep takes a few days. On a complex lot with slopes or rock, it might take a couple of weeks. The foundation. Once the site is prepped, we dig and form the footings. In North Idaho, footings go below the frost line, typically 30 inches or deeper. After footings are poured and cured, we build the foundation walls. Poured concrete, concrete block, or a combination. Basements are significant. We're building a concrete box in the ground. It takes time to form, pour, cure, and waterproof. Crawl spaces are simpler. Slab on grade is fastest. Foundation work typically takes 2 to 4 weeks. Weather matters. Concrete doesn't like extreme cold. Underground utilities. Before we backfill or pour a slab, underground utilities go in. Water line from well to house. Sewer line to septic. Electrical conduit. Radon mitigation if required. This gets coordinated with foundation work. It all happens in sequence. Framing is when it starts to feel real. One day you've got a concrete slab. A week or two later you've got walls. Then roof trusses. Then sheathing. Suddenly you can walk through your house and stand where your living room will be. This is the phase everyone loves. It's visual, fast, and exciting. Floor system. If you have a crawl space or basement, we build the floor system first. Beams, joists, and subfloor. Wall framing. Walls are built flat on the deck, then tilted up into place. Exterior walls first, then interior. Everything gets connected, braced, and squared. Second floor. For two-story homes, we repeat the process. Floor system over first floor walls, then second floor framing. Roof structure. Most homes use engineered roof trusses, manufactured off-site and set with a crane. Once trusses are up, we sheathe the roof and install underlayment. Sheathing and house wrap. Exterior walls get sheathed and wrapped. At this point, your house is dried in, protected from elements. That's a major milestone. Windows and doors. Once dried in, windows and exterior doors go in. Now you've got a secure, weather-tight shell. Framing typically takes 3 to 6 weeks depending on size and complexity. During framing, you'll notice something that surprises first-time builders. Rooms feel smaller than expected. This is normal. Without finishes and furniture, spaces look different. Trust the plans. Once drywall and furniture are in, it'll feel right. After framing comes rough-in work, installing all the systems that hide inside walls, floors, and ceilings. It's not as exciting as framing, but it's arguably more important. The quality of rough-in work determines how your house performs for decades. Plumbing rough-in. Water supply and drain lines get installed for every fixture. Sinks, toilets, showers, washing machine, dishwasher, outdoor faucets. This work has to match plans exactly. Moving a fixture 6 inches during rough-in is easy. Moving it after drywall means tearing into walls. Electrical rough-in. The panel gets set, wires run to every outlet, switch, and fixture. Low voltage wiring for internet, speakers, and security goes in now too. This is when you finalize where you want outlets and lighting. Think about how you live. Where do you charge your phone? Where will the Christmas tree go? Do you need an outlet in the pantry? These are easier to add now than later. HVAC rough-in. Ductwork runs through walls and ceilings. Furnace and AC locations get set. Vents and returns get positioned. Good HVAC design matters for comfort. You don't want hot spots, cold spots, or noisy returns in your bedroom. Inspections. After rough-ins, before we close walls, the county inspects plumbing, electrical, HVAC. They verify everything meets code. These inspections protect you. Once they pass, we move on. Rough-in work typically takes 2 to 4 weeks. Insulation. Once rough-ins pass inspection, insulation goes in. In North Idaho, proper insulation isn't optional. Our winters demand it. Most homes use a combination: bats in walls, blown insulation in attics, rigid foam on foundations, spray foam where air sealing is critical. The goal is a complete thermal envelope with no gaps or voids. Good insulation pays for itself through lower heating bills and better comfort. Don't cheap out here. Insulation gets inspected too. Drywall. Then comes drywall, sheetrock on walls and ceilings. This transforms your house from construction zone to actual home. Rooms take shape. Spaces feel defined. Drywall happens in stages. Boards get hung, then seams get taped and mudded. Multiple coats with sanding between. Good drywall finishing is an art. You can't rush joint compound. After drywall, we prime the walls. Now you've got a blank canvas. Insulation and drywall together typically take 2 to 4 weeks. Now comes the fun part, and the hard part. The finish phase is when your house becomes your home. All those selections, cabinets, countertops, flooring, tile, fixtures, paint, now get installed. It's also the phase with the most decisions, details, and opportunities for delays. Here's the sequence. Paint, first coat, protects drywall and gives a base. Touch-ups happen at the end. Cabinets, kitchen and bathroom cabinets go in. Big milestone. You can really visualize the space now. Countertops. After cabinets, countertops get templated, fabricated, and installed. Usually a week or two turnaround. Flooring. Hardwood, tile, vinyl, carpet. Different materials at different times. Carpet is almost always last. Trim and millwork. Baseboards, door casing, window casing, crown molding. Interior doors get hung. Closet shelving goes in. Fixtures. Faucets, sinks, toilets, light fixtures. Outlet covers. Door hardware. Appliances. Range, refrigerator, dishwasher, near the very end. Final paint touch-ups. Filling nail holes, touching up scuffs. The finish phase takes 6 to 10 weeks for a custom home. Lots of moving pieces, lots of trades. This is where delays happen most often. Cabinets backordered. Countertop fabricator has a 3-week lead time. Tile out of stock. The best way to minimize delays: make selections early, order materials early, finalize decisions before you need them. While interior finishes happen, exterior work progresses in parallel. Siding and trim. Your exterior cladding goes on. Wood, fiber cement, metal, stone, stucco. Exterior trim. Fascia and soffit. Roofing. Final roofing if not already done. Shingles or metal. Flashing and vents. Exterior painting or staining. Once siding is installed and weather cooperates. Decks and porches. Built and railed. Driveway. Gravel, asphalt, or concrete. Final grading and landscaping. Topsoil spread. Drainage established. Lawn seeded or sodded. Full landscaping is often a separate project, but basic grading and ground cover are part of construction. How long does all this take? Longer than you want. For a typical custom home in North Idaho, 1,800 to 3,000 square feet, moderately complex, standard finishes, expect 6 to 10 months from breaking ground to move-in. Rough breakdown. Site prep and foundation, 3 to 6 weeks. Framing, 3 to 6 weeks. Roofing and dry-in, 1 to 2 weeks. Rough-ins and inspections, 2 to 4 weeks. Insulation and drywall, 2 to 4 weeks. Finishes, 6 to 10 weeks. Final inspections and punch list, 1 to 2 weeks. Larger or more complex homes take longer. 12 months or more isn't unusual. Simpler homes can be faster, 5 to 6 months. What affects timeline? Weather. North Idaho has real winters. Concrete work stops in freezing temps. Exterior work slows in snow and ice. Break ground in spring and you'll likely finish before winter. Break ground late summer and you might do interior finishes through winter. Material availability. Lead times on windows, cabinets, appliances can be longer than expected. Order early. Decision timing. Slow selections slow the project. Changes midstream slow the project. Finalize decisions before construction starts. Subcontractor availability. Good subs are busy. If one trade gets delayed, it ripples through your schedule. A good builder manages these variables. We build buffers, order early, stay on top of inspections. But delays will still happen. The key is communication, keeping you informed. Once construction starts, your relationship with your builder shifts. During pre-construction, you plan together. Now you're executing. The builder manages day to day, and you're trusting them to deliver. Here's how to make it work. Establish communication expectations. How often will you get updates? Weekly? What's the best way to reach your builder? At B2K, I believe in proactive communication. You shouldn't have to chase me down. Visit the site, but respect the process. You should visit during construction, walk through, take pictures. It's exciting. But coordinate with your builder first. Don't be in the way of working trades. Construction sites have hazards. Don't give instructions directly to subcontractors. Talk to your builder. Going around them creates confusion. Don't panic if something looks wrong or unfinished. Construction is messy. If you're concerned, ask. 9 times out of 10, it's normal for that stage. Make decisions promptly. During construction, decisions come up, some planned, some unexpected. When they do, make them promptly. The project can't move forward while waiting. If you need time, tell your builder how much and stick to it. Indecision that drags on causes problems. Handle changes carefully. Changes happen. You walk through framing and want to move a doorway. You find a fixture you love. You want to add a gas line. Some changes are easy, some are hard. Some are impossible at certain stages. Every change impacts cost, schedule, or quality, sometimes all three. Before requesting a change, ask your builder to explain implications. Then decide. Don't assume changes are free or easy. Once framing is done, moving walls is expensive. Once drywall is up, adding electrical is disruptive. Make as few changes as possible. Get it right during design. Trust your builder, but stay engaged. Let them do their job. Don't micromanage or second-guess every choice. But don't disappear either. Stay engaged. Ask questions. Participate in decisions. You're a partner, not a spectator. But you're also not the general contractor. No project is perfect. Things go wrong. It's how problems get handled that matters. Weather delays. North Idaho weather is unpredictable. Weather delays aren't the builder's fault. They're reality. Patience is required. Rushing work in bad conditions leads to quality problems. Subcontractor issues. Builders rely on subs. Occasionally, one falls behind or work doesn't meet standards. This is the builder's problem to solve. But understand they don't control every variable. They control their response. Mistakes and defects. Mistakes happen. A wall framed wrong. Wrong window ordered. Paint color off. Report issues promptly. The sooner we know, the sooner we fix it. How a builder responds to mistakes tells you who they are. Good builders own mistakes and fix them. At B2K, when we make a mistake, we make it right. Period. Budget pressure. Even with planning, budgets can get tight. Material prices change. Allowances get exceeded. If budget is a concern, have an honest conversation early. There may be ways to value engineer or substitute materials. Transparency and early communication give you the most options. Punch list. At the end, you'll walk through with your builder and create a punch list. Items to correct or complete. This is normal. Every home has a punch list. Walk through carefully. Note everything. Your builder should address items promptly, but be reasonable. No house is perfect. Focus on legitimate defects, not unrealistic perfection. As construction winds down, final inspections. County verifies everything is complete and meets code. You get your certificate of occupancy. The house is legal to live in. Utility setup. Establish accounts with power company, propane, internet. Walk through and punch list. You and your builder walk through together. Note items. Builder addresses them. Final payment. Once satisfied, final payment per contract terms. Warranty. Your builder provides a warranty, typically 1 year on workmanship, longer on structural elements. Understand what's covered. Building a custom home is a journey. It's not always easy. Takes longer than you expect. Costs more than you hope. There are frustrations and decisions that keep you up at night. But at the end, standing in your completed home, in a location you chose, with a design you created, there's nothing like it. This is your home, not a compromise. Yours. At B2K Construction, We build homes for families ready to invest in North Idaho. This place, this lifestyle, this dream. If that's you, reach out. Let's talk about your vision. Find me at b2kbuilds.com or call 509-866-6148. I'm Alex with B2K Construction. Thanks for watching. In episode 4, we'll cover the final stages: completion, moving in, and starting your new life. Until then, keep dreaming, keep planning, and let's build something great.